Hi, everyone. Make sure you can hear me. Yep, you can hear me. Brandon, Mississippi. Cindy, my is Brandon. I know there's Brandon County. My grandmother lived in Pearl. I hope my ankles look fabulous. You want to see my ankles? I'm wearing slippers. Okay. Hey, Louise. Hey, Christina. Good afternoon. Hey, Margaret. Hey, Judy. Hope everyone's doing great today for our September 12th Facebook Live Sunday. Got something neat to show you guys today. Vancouver, wow. Yeah, I hope they are. They're weak, but sexy. Nothing happened to my ankle, Diane. I'm just picking on Hope. It's an inside joke. Although I've been told I have weak ankles. Long story, but it's hilarious. Maybe I'll tell y'all that story one day. Sorry, I'm still getting over gunk. You know, that mess stays with you for, and especially if you live in Florida, it's year round. Right, got people joining on. Awesome. All right, good. Welcome, everyone. Hope everyone's doing great today. I feel a little lopsided. I don't know if it's just the, uh, who cares? Life is lopsided, right? Did want to take a moment, and I posted something on it yesterday to remember our fallen fellow Americans and first responders 20 years ago yesterday. Big tragedy, but it was to me the best time in America because we all came together to be one, and that was amazing to me. And one day we can only hope to get back to that because that was wonderful. So if you have family members or friends that were there, or even if you were there or anything, my heart goes out to you. So, all right, we got everyone signing on. Okay, so today, because it's not because I'm lazy, it's just because I've been super duper busy. I don't have anything stitched out to show you guys. However, I do want to show you some ways that you can take clip art designs and kind of combine them together to make something spectacular. So when we've done clip art in the Beehive before, we've just thanks, Tori. So sweet. You look pretty too. You all look gorgeous today. You normally I'll just have you bring something in and we'll change the line and we'll put a fill in or something like that. But I had never thought about combining them until I took a recent training, and they came up with some really great ideas. And I thought, well, that's a good thing to show people because we have this fantastic program in our machines that we can really use to do that, right? We don't need software. Now, again, if you do not have IQ Designer or My Design Center, can you do this in software? Sure, you can. But of course, I love to show you what you can do with IQ Designer because it's so special. And those of you who have the brother machines, My Design Center, IQ Designer, just like this, so you can do the exact same thing. And this is also really cool to show you if you're thinking about buying a machine that has the IQ capability, either the Meridian, the Altair, the Solaris 1 and 2, and the Destiny, if you have the Destiny. So it's really, really cool. And it's just a lot of fun. Now, let me say this, because I don't think I've said this much recently in our lives. if you have, or if you are new to the group, welcome to the group. We are, I love having this group. I love spending my Sundays with you guys because I get to show you what I know, and hopefully you can take an ounce of that information and apply it to whatever you want to create with. And it doesn't matter what machine you have. There's ways to get around different things, of course. Now, I am a National Baby Lock educator, so of course I'm going to be teaching on the baby locks and using their great products and all that. However, if you take just a little snippet of information, which we do in every class that we take that little snippet of information and we apply it to our everyday sewing. And I just think that's so cool. So welcome. If you are new, I am so thankful that you're here. And to my members that have been here since the beginning, since the middle, since now, thank you guys so much. You have made it so much fun to do what I do. And I hate to say this, but this wouldn't have been possible without our pandemic. Don't fight me on that one. Don't throw shade this way. But really, if you think about it, I probably would have not done this group if last year had not have happened. And I may have, I don't know, but it really changed our world and it changed our teaching style. And I'm lucky enough to be one of the ones that is sharing information out there with you. Now, if you're new to the group, you can always go up to the files section. You're going to find previous video list. You're going to find a list with a bunch of other educators out there that you can go and get on their groups. There are baby lock educators. There are groups like Designs by Hope Yoder's group, who is my best friend. She has a great group that has lots and lots of fun stuff to learn about. And so there's all types of different groups out there for you to join. And again, you learn one thing from one person, you just keep learning from everybody else. That's how we've done it our whole lives, right? So welcome again. And yeah, Marge, I do too. I am obsessed with the virtual now because we are, I'm able to reach out to you guys, and I love that. But I've made so many new friends. I've made 2,300 friends. I'm still blown away by that. I don't know if some of y'all, if y'all been with me from the beginning, I was, when I was doing my videos, I'm like, guys, we almost hit 100. Oh my gosh, and that was so exciting to me. I never expected it to be what it is today. So, let me see something Patty said. Many groups are that way. The silver lining to the pandemic is those who couldn't travel are getting to see something. You're right. Yeah. So you can't travel. We get to learn so much from each other. So thanks, Judy. Yeah, Roseanne, I agree. And the cool thing is there's a lot of other people that I've got to sit in and learn, with these fantastic groups. And I know a lot of people don't like Facebook, but man, has it been awesome for me. It's been really awesome. So housekeeping, do I have anything? Keep your eye open for the, I'm not going to say what, when, or how, or why, but keep your eye open for some really good things happening soon. I'm hooking up with friends and we're going to be doing some fun stuff. So just keep your eye open. Also, there's some other cool stuff coming. So I just can't talk about any of it yet, but keep your ear out. What was it? What was the Carol Burnett? Keep your, oh no, that was to her grandma, but keep your ear out because, ears and your eyes open because there's going to be a lot of fun stuff coming soon. Yeah, Dolores, if you can't get into a shop, that's why we're here. And one thing that hasn't been brought up in a long time, but I'm not complaining or anything. I do this completely free. I'm not paid by anybody, so I'm just love what I do. All right. Okay. So let's talk about clip art. What is clip art? Well, clip art is something fun that you can go on to the interwebs and pull off and use for different things. A lot of people will print it off maybe for kids or something for like coloring books or something like that. Well, someone that is super smart figured out, you know, when IQ Designer came out, we can take those type of things and scan them in and turn them into designs. And the majority of clip arts out there, I'm going to say the majority, I don't know if this is, you know, completely true, are free. So we are using them. And then we do not, I don't suggest turning around and selling what you make off these clip arts unless you get in touch with the owner of the clip art. But for personal use, we can take them and we can bring them into our machines and turn them into embroidery. So fun. And but so let's do a quick, I'm just going to do a quick overview of how easy it is to find clip art. And I'm just going to, is my thing open? Okay. I'm just going to go out here and I'm going to go to Google, which is right here. So let me make sure you guys can see that. I'm a little bit ahead of you guys, so sometimes I can't tell. Oh, perfect. Okay. Now, if I wanted to find a design for clip art, let me show you what's going to work best or what I've had the most success with. So I have the most success with black and white line drawings. They work best for me. And so if I were to go on there and go a B clip art, B clip art, and that's all I'm doing is I'm typing in there. And then sometimes if you look down a little bit, it says B clip art black and white. That's generally the one I go to first. And so I'm going to click on that. And then I'm going to see the image results. And up here at the top here, I can click on images. And then I can go through here and find which one I want to use. Now you want to be careful with a clip art that you're pulling up. So let's see like this guy right here, let's open him and you can see him off to the right-hand side. You see all that detail. Sometimes that may not read really good in the machine. So maybe if you're going to use something like this, maybe software is your best option. You want to find something that's a little bit cleaner than that. I mean, it can work, but it's just, you know, keep the frustration down, right? You don't want to be like him, mad, although he's hysterical. Actually, let's take a look at this one. So if you can see right here, you see my Mad Bee here, but you also can see in the background, there's some stuff happening. This, although it says royalty-free clip art, you may have to visit their website to use this one. You may have to set up an account or something. So, you know, what I like to do, oh, I just saw the cutest one. Let me click on my Mad Bee again. Where is it? Right here. So what I'm going to look for is something that doesn't have that. Also, you can use something with background and see these little checks. But sometimes they'll show up and sometimes they won't. So it's kind of like a trial and error type of thing. So where are those? Those are stinking cute. So if I were to use these, the easiest way with IQ Designer and My Design Center is to do this on your phone. And what you would do is you would go right click and then save image as, and it would save it into your photos. I guess I just clicked on that, didn't I? There we go. And then that's the easiest way to do it. And then, which I'm going to show you, we would use the IQ positioning app to bring it over and send it over to our machines. And then that way we can take it and do whatever we want with it for embroidery. Today, I posted up earlier in the group let me get out of here. Today, I posted up earlier in the group a picture that you could save, put it on a USB stick or save it on your phone and send it over to IQ Designer. So I took this bee design right here. Butterfly. I know what it is. It's a butterfly. Okay, so butterfly design right here. So I uploaded it to you, and this was given to me through Baby Lock. So So that's where it came from. I didn't do a Google search or anything. But her wings are quite lovely. And so I wanted to see what I could do with her that I could combine something else. And I had this cute idea. At least I think it's a cute idea. And I'm like, well, let's kind of think about who wears wings. A dancer could wear wings. A little girl on Halloween could wear wings. A fairy could wear wings. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I'll combine wings with the shape of a woman. And I'm going to show you how I did that. And it's fairly easy to do. So okay, where am I? Okay. All right. So what we're going to do first is I am going to go over to, today I'm going to be using the Meridian. So all my Altair Meridian girls, you'll be super happy to know that. And I'm going to go over there and we're going to play. So let's get ready. Here we go. This takes me a moment to flip over because I'm not that good at this. Okay, there we go. All right. So what you see there is blah, right? So we see my iPad. I've just got to get it more focused for you guys and pull a chair up. Awesome, Ronnie. Okay. Now what I have here is my iPad. And the reason why I have my iPad, here we go. There we go. Okay, is because we need to shoot these images over somehow to our machine. Now, I'm going to show you with the wings how that I put that on a USB stick and I'm going to put it into my machine and pull up the wings. Now, if you have the wings on an iPad or an iPhone or your phone or your tablet, then this is how you're going to bring the wings over. But you're going to bring over two designs. So first I have my wings on here, but I wanted to show you how easy it is on a USB stick. But what I wanted to do is let's just go to Google here. I was playing around and I wanted to pull up the shape of a woman, maybe dancing. So what I did was I put dancer, silhouette. Oops. Oh, Anna, use the space bar. Oh my goodness, I can't spell today. Clip art. And I probably spelled silhouette wrong. It doesn't matter. They fix it for you. All right. And then I'll push go. All right. So there we go. So now all I have to do is select images. And I can come through here and find any image I want to use for that silhouette. Now, this ballet dancer would be beautiful with wings. This ballet dancer would be beautiful with wings. And I just kind of scrolled down to find one that I really like. And I liked actually this one right here because I could really kind of showcase the wings on her. I thought it was pretty. So all I'm going to do is take my finger and hold it on the picture. And usually what happens is something, if you're on an Apple device, then all I have to do is go to add to photos. And it'll save it to my photos. Story. Do you also type black and white in the search? You can. When you do silhouette, the word silhouette, usually it does a black image like this. So it does a silhouetted image like this. Oops. Go back. So it kind of takes that out, but you could totally put black and white, whatever you want to do. I think that would be great. So again, if I wanted to do the ballet dancer right here, now if we look at her, we notice there's a lot of check marks in the back. So I'll show you how to do that one, how to get rid of those. So let's press and hold and add to photos. So now I have both these girls in my photos. I'm going to close that out and I'm going to go to my IQ positioning. The first thing, if you have multiple machines with IQ Designer, the first thing you want to do is come up here and tell it what machine you have or you're going to be using. So I'm going to be using the Meridian today, so I told it. And now what I want to do is I want to send that design, the dancer design, over to the Meridian here, to Mabel. So I'm going to select image for creating design. And there you go. You can see them right there. So I'm going to tap my first girl right here. And if we look down just a little bit, it's going to say send to the machine. So I'm going to send to the machine. And it's going to say, okay, Anna, it's done. And I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to set you down now. And we're going to go to the screen now. So when we first turn on our machine, here we go, there we go. When we first turn on our machine, we're going to have our home page. We have embroidery and IQ Designer. We're going to use IQ Designer. And if you're newer with me, I like to use a mouse. I have a lot more control. So you can plug in a wired mouse to your machine, and the cheaper, the better. I know that sounds weird, but I got mine. It's just an Amazon Basics for like $7.99. Really nice. And it works great. Okay, so I'm going to now click on IQ Designer. And let's first bring up our girl. So you're going to look for an area on your screen. Remember, if you're on the Solaris or the Destiny, you may find that your buttons are in different places. But what we want to look for is the word illustration design. You may have to click the leaf to get that to open if you are on, I think it's a Solaris. I get them all confused, of course. However, I'm going to select illustration design, and then I'm going to come down and look for my Wi-Fi symbol right here. The last design that you bring in will always be the first design or the first button right up here. So I'm going to click on that, and we should see our girl. There she is. And then all I'm going to do is hit set. Now for this one, you could come in here and change the max numbers and da, 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 da. I really don't. This is going to be one solid design, so I'm not too concerned about that. If you had any writing or anything on yours, excuse me, excuse me. If you had any writing or anything, what you are going to do is use these little red arrows to crop that out. If you can't get it cropped out, no biggie, we can erase it later. Okay, so I'm actually happy with that because there's not a whole lot going on, and I'm just going to select the word okay. And what it's going to do right now is basically digitize that. It's going to turn it into stitches. Thank you. Now I'm going to be sniffly. I think y'all are used to me being sniffly though. Okay, perfect. So right now it just, you're like, okay, something happened. All right, cool. So I'm just going to hit the word set. And now this is a digitized image. Hot dog. How cool is that? It's an all satin stitch. Now, could we change this? I don't know. Let's check it. Could we put a fill in her body? I don't know. I haven't practiced this. So let's find out. I mean, why would we? But I mean, you know, it doesn't hurt to try anything, right? Let's do purple. Let's do our bucket. Yeah, we could if you wanted to. Yeah, girl. It is a pea picking heart. The sad pea picking heart. However, you know, really what we want to do is leave it a satin stitch, but you could have fun with your fill stitches playing with that if you wanted to. Absolutely, 100%. Okay, so what I'm going to do right now is I am going to come here and I'm going to save this. I could change the size and everything at this point, but I'm just going to leave it. Now I want to save her because I'm going to use her again. This is going to seem kind of strange, but what we're going to do is turn her into a no stitching line. We're going to just use her as a boundary to bring in our wings. So I'm actually going to go back to my fill properties, which is the second area here with the 4 icons. And I'm going to select the no sew line, which is this little zigzag with the red line through it. I'm going to click OK. I'm going to make sure that the bucket is selected and then tap her. So now she is a no sew line. Now, if I zoom in on her, there are some outlines that are showing up. So I may want to go into the line properties and select the no sew line and click on those lines. Now I have to make sure my bucket's on. And I don't even know if you can see them. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. Or if that's just a little different color. I'm just going to click on them just in case. And sometimes that happens. I mean, it's really no big deal because it's going to be a full solid color anyways. Doesn't bother me. Okay, now I'm going to zoom out because right now what I'm doing is I'm just using her as a reference, as a boundary line, because I want to bring my wings in and set them where they're flowing behind her. Now, earlier, I said I had saved my wings to a USB stick. And if you're on your computer, if it's a JPEG, you just save it, just like you're saving a design to your USB. And you're going to place it into the USB area right there. And then we're going to go up to line design now. Now, again, you may have to look in a little leaf or something like that to find line design. But let's click on line design. Oops, cancel. Hit cancel. And well, illustration. No, cancel. Okay, hold on. This is always, there it is. Okay, so I'm going to select that little leaf design. Here we go. Okay. You guys know, I forget everything. So I'm going to select this USB right here. And right there, it'll say butterfly 1. And I'm going to click on that, and there are my wings right there. So I'm going to hit set. Now, here's the thing. What I want to do is take this. Oh my goodness. What's happening? So I missed a step, so let me figure it out here. So it brought it in as an image, which that's not what I want. I love when this happens on air. Okay, there is my shape, but what about my line? Oh, cancel. Okay. Oh, I canceled everything. Well, let's go back because I can do that. So what I'm doing now, since I accidentally lost everything, I'm going to go to my pocket with the arrow coming out and grab my girl again. There she is. And hit set. There we go. All right. So let's change her again to those no sew line and bucket. And that's so weird. Now it's like erasing everything. What have I done? I'm trying to remember. I did this a while ago, so I'm trying to remember how I got it there. And I should have practiced beforehand, but why would I practice beforehand? Because I love making a fool of myself. Okay, here we go. All right, so we told it no sew. And if I click on her, for some reason, it's all disappearing. And that is something I've obviously done. So let's go here. Cancel. Okay. One more time. I'm going to go to IQ Designer. I think I have an idea. And I'm going to go to just illustration design again. Select her again. Hit set. And now what I'm going to do is say okay. Oh, I lost a couple people on that one. They're like, that girl. All right, here we go. Yeah, exactly, Linda. So that doesn't bother me. I'm like, I don't mind messing up. And it's just something that happens. Okay, so here we go. We've got our girl. And if I, before you click, I'm going to do some testing here because I had it earlier, didn't I? Oh, that was wrong. I need to turn my bucket on, right? Y'all yell bucket when I'm supposed to. There she is. And then I have these outlines. So maybe if we have outlines, maybe we should just get rid of them because that might be causing some issues. And so what I'm going to do is erase those outlines. Don't need them because I have a full fill stitch. So if I go in here and erase all this, maybe we can do that. There we go. All right, perfect. Now what I'm going to do again is save this just in case. Oh, it's not going to let me save anything because it's saying I don't have anything on the screen. Okay, well, let's see. Let's bring in, is it going to bring it back to us? Yes. So we don't want to bring her in. We want to go to our flower. I'm going to go to my USB, click on this, and hit set. And let's see what happens. But see, what it's doing is it's not bringing it in as a line design. So maybe I have to do these separately, right? So I am going to cancel. All right, here we go. All right, so let's bring in the butterfly separately. So I have saved earlier my girl. And I am going to bring in here go ahead and bring in my butterfly and turn it into lines. And that may be where I'm having my issue. So I'm going to set it and forget it. There we go. Okay, there we go. So I want to check and make sure that my line properties are set on lines. If I were to take this butterfly over, let me show you, don't do this, just if I was going to take it over, look what would happen. Because it automatically sets it to a satin stitch. So what I want to do is take it all and turn it into a running stitch. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to select running stitch. And I'm going really fast. So let me come back and show you what I'm doing. Okay, so right up here is these are your line properties right up here. So we're going to go to line properties. I usually select the little piece of paper right here. And then I can click on whatever I want, and then I choose a color. The reason why I choose a color is that way I know every line has changed. So in case one line is not connected, I'll know that I didn't miss it. So I'm going to zoom in and I'm going to come here and I'm going to come up here to my top bucket, click on it, and then tap one of the lines. Now, they all turned purple. I'm pretty sure of that. So they all look purple. I chose a really dark purple. So that line should all be changed. All right, I'm going to zoom back out. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to save that into my machine memory. There we go. Now I'm going to draw a box around it using the selection box right here. And that way I have the ability to move it. Now, when you move your design, you may see an image of your design back there. That's fine. You can always turn it off by going these little leaves here, or they may be up at the top and go like that and it's gone. But you want to move this up as far as you can, but enough room right here where we can grab it again. No, you can't open them up at the same time. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to where I saved my dancer earlier, right here. And which is the pocket with the arrow going out. And I am going to pull up my dancer that I saved earlier. There she is. There we go. And we're going to hit set. But, oh no. So I'm going to take her and move her down a little bit. When you first bring them in, they have a red box around. If anything crosses, what's going to happen is when you try to pick something else up, it's going to cut the other design in half. It's kind of annoying. So what I'm going to do is bring her right here. But what I'm going to do now is turn her into that no-sew line. So I had to bring my butterfly in first. It's kind of all coming back to me. and change it. So what we're going to do is go to our fill properties. And we're going to go to our no sew line. We're going to say okay and click our bucket and tap on her. Now, again, because I didn't save the one I erased all the lines. Well, see, it's erasing everything. So weird. So, oh, you know why, guys? I turned this all down. That's why I can't see anything. Okay, I'm going to turn it up here. And let's see. No, it's still not doing it, huh? That's so weird. Well, we're just going to go with no here. Okay, so now I have my dancer. And I'm just going to back up until I have that red box around me. And here she is, right here. Now, the thing is, since I've turned this into a color purple, I could actually go in there and I'll be able to see it on top of her. I'm going to grab my box here. And I am going to, let's go back and move her down actually a little bit more. Let's move her out of the way. And I'm going to come here to my selection tool and grab my wing. Now, what you want to be careful of is when you do the selection box, you want to be careful of not cutting this apart like this. Because what happens when I go to select it, you see what just happened? Oh, it sliced it. So if we use our back button, we'll be fine. But I'm going to draw a box around my wings here. And I'm going to bring them down. I may want to resize them. Make them a little bit bigger. Why not? They're my wings. I can do whatever I want. And kind of place them down a little bit. Right here. And then I'm going to, oops, I moved to the wrong spot. And I'm going to click off. Come on. It's because I'm in the size thing still. Bring them down right here. Okay, there we go. And now what I want to do is draw a box around. Well, now I'm going to be cutting things off. Oh my goodness. How embarrassing. How did I do this in the first place? All right, whatever. Let's just get her there. Let's just get her back to the middle. And I'm just using the back box there. Okay. And I think what I'm going to do is I am going to come and take my butterfly. You're going to be so mad at me. And I'm going to cut it and then erase everything because there's a step that I have missed. And of course, did Anna write anything down? No. And I'm going to erase it because I think this would be better if I go back, draw a box around her. There she is. Let's get her centered. Press OK. And now I'm going to go to next, preview. OK. And let's bring her all the way over. So I'm going to hit set to bring her into embroidery and say OK. And then that way I feel a little bit safer here. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to add IQ Designer. And I am going to do something a little different here because this is the only way I can think about. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to line design. And I am going to go to my Wi-Fi. No, yeah, she's on Wi-Fi. I'm going to go to Wi-Fi. And I'm going to find my ballerina. Well, we'll probably see, not ballerina, my dancer girl here. There we go. And hit set. And I'm going to say OK. And I'm going to grab her outline and say OK. Now what I have is an actual outline of her where I can bring in my wings. Now, if I come up here to the line properties and select the no sew line and say OK, and then turn on the bucket, I'm going to turn off her line property. So that means they will not stitch out, but anything that's outlined will be there as a boundary. And this is what I was trying to do earlier. And for some reason, I just kept erasing everything. So I'm going to use this now. And let's kind of start over from the beginning with the wings. Okay, so we're going to go to line image. Oh, that's right. See, for some reason, it does not like it when I do that. Now, did I save my wings? Guys, did I? I don't remember. So let's go here. And let's go to, oops, I saved her. So all I'm looking for, there they are. They're right there. So I'm going to bring in my wings that I saved earlier. And now, finally, I can create the wings on her. Good gracious, it took me forever, but hey, we did it together, right? Or you watched me be a complete imbecile, but that's okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make them bigger here, as big as you want. And with her on the background, oh my goodness, I didn't know y'all could see that well. Let me bring it in just a little bit and bring it a little darker. I apologize. Okay, so you can kind of see what's happening. So the wings are on her, but we do not want to stitch out everything on her. I want to pretend like this is her front facing. So I want to erase everything that is touching her. And then that way I'll bring it over and it'll look like her wings are behind her. So the first thing that I'm going to do, you see how she's kind of at a weird angle? She's reaching up with her right hand, or I guess would be her right hand, and or something, yeah, whatever, details. So I want the wings to be turned just a little bit. So I'm going to go to rotate. And I'm going to rotate them just a little bit. Actually, I did 10 degrees and that is perfect. I'm so proud of myself. There we go. Okay, so there we go. Now I have my wing set actually on her back perfectly. So what I want to do now is I'm going to go in here and erase everything that is touching her, because I want it to look like her wings are in the back, not in the front. So I'm going to zoom in just a little bit so we can see what's happening. And let's start over here with her arm. What I want to do now is grab my eraser. And I'm going to grab, if I zoom in pretty close, I can use my middle eraser or whatever size you want. Now, when you're using the meridian right up here in this area right here, this is where you're going to be able to drag the box around to get wherever you need to go to do whatever detail work you want to do. If you're on a Solaris, you have a little hand up here and you're going to use that to pan around. All right, so let's start erasing. Here we go. I'm even going to erase that outline shape. So we're just going to be erasing, erasing, erasing. Erasing, erasing, erasing. Okay. I'm not funny, I know. It's okay. I amuse myself, not many others. Okay, there we go. And now, once we've finally figured it out, I'm just going to keep doing that until I'm happy. And in a moment, you'll be able to see how cute this is. Oops. So I am actually, like I said, I'm even getting rid of the outline that is on there for her. And you know what? I'm going to take off the antenna. I don't really want that sticking out behind her head. It's just going to look like two little lines. So I'm going to get rid of those. And I'm going to come here on her back and give her a back scratch. And so this will take a little bit of time. That's okay. It's kind of cathartic. It's kind of, I like tedious stuff. So to me, this is fun. It's, I guess, the design process is fun to me. Ooh. Now, there is another way to do this, but you have to stitch out the design first and then come back and scan it in again and do all that. That's why I was trying to get around not doing all that. And of course, when you do something weeks ago and you don't write it down, of course you forget. It's just part of my deal. However, I will figure, that's the thing is, I will figure it out. Okay, so now I'm going to come down closer to her mid area here, and I'm going to get rid of all that. And I'm also going to get rid of that outline. Now, what we could do, you could come in here. You could do a lot at this point after you're done erasing. You could come in here. Again, I just want to get rid of this outline. Amen. You could really have fun with this. You could come in and take the pencil. I can see on this one. There we go. You could come in and take the pencil and close off the areas where her wings are open, and you could fill those in. So let's zoom out now. All right, so now you can see I have her wings behind her. Whew, there we go, we made it. But you see these areas here. If I wanted to fill them with different colors or shapes or fills or anything, what we have to remember when I zoom in, when we do that, I'll zoom in really close here. Let's say I wanted to do this area right here. What I have to do is take the pencil and draw that to make it closed, just like that. And then that way I can come in and put a fill in there if I wanted to. The other thing is what I can do is I can take and come here to my line properties, and I could, depending on which machine you have, you may have a bunch of options of different line properties. I could come in here and use a candle wiki for her wings. Now, could you do certain parts of her wings in different stitches? You could. However, you have to do, well, you have to break up the line to do that. Because if I touch the line right now, and so I chose a pink color, so hopefully you can see. And I'm going to turn on my bucket. You can see that whatever's connected to that line I tapped on, it will turn to, it'll do the stitch that I tell it to do. However, if I didn't want this line right here to do that, I need to go in there and erase a pixel. So that means I would have to zoom in, get really close, go up there to the top there, and I would have to take my eraser and get the tiny, tiny one, and I erase 1 pixel by just clicking on it there. Well, I didn't do a great job of that, but you can see that now it's going to break up that line, and I can change that line to whatever I want. However, again, if you want to fill certain areas, what you want to do is make sure you're going to go through and connect any of the lines, like over here. See how they're not, oops, excuse me, come back over here. See how they're open here? We would have to close those lines by simply drawing them closed like that. Well, you would take your time. It wouldn't be so messy like mine. So, well, let's see what this looks like just as a regular stitch. Okay, there we go. So I am going to save it just in case. I don't want to go back through all that drama that I went through earlier. And I'm going to select the word next. Okay, now when you bring something over to your preview, what you'll notice is it'll just highlight certain parts of it. If it's pretty much the same, if everything is the same stitch and everything, you can always hit your chain key and it'll highlight everything that is the same stitch. So that looks good to me. I'm going to select preview and look at there. I'm going to hit set next and say okay, and there she is. Now, for some reason, what I'm seeing here is if I zoom in, and this looks like, I don't know, some sort of, maybe it's off a little bit. Yeah, it's off. For some reason, it didn't come in like completely centered. So what I'm going to do is go to my edit key, go to move, and I'm going to start shuffling it around to get it wherever it needs to go. Perfect. There it is. Now, after all that drama, I can go to embroidery. And what's going to happen is it's going to stitch out her body and then the wings. And she's going to have a beautiful fairy dance. Okay, so let's go home and let's take a look at that. I have another one here. Let's see. Another thing you can do is you can take the designs, and this was not thought up by me at all. This was by Stephanie Struckman. And what she did, and let's see if we can replicate. She took one wing right here and turned it into a flower. So I have this on paper. So what I'm going to do is take a picture of this. I do not have it on a USB or anything like that. And I'm going to actually take a picture of this. So let me see if I can show you guys. So let's go to camera, pull it out. Okay, so you can see right here that I took a picture of the design. And I'm going to go over and let's see how well this works. I'm going to go back over to my, where is it? Where are you? Where are you? My IQ positioning. Now, the first thing I want to make sure of is that I am on the right machine. Oh, Mabel's done. Okay. And I'm going to go select image for creating design. So I'm going to tap on that and send to the machine. And let's see how well it does. So it's going to tell me here, okay, it's sent. I'm back in IQ Designer, and I'm going to go to the word line design. Now, since I sent that over through Wi-Fi, I'm going to click on Wi-Fi, and I'm going to click on the top guy right here. Did you log? There it is right there. So she popped up. I'm going to hit set. And the only thing I would be concerned about is if it's going to turn. Let me see. I don't want it to grab the back. Oh, wait, we're just doing a line design. What am I talking about? So I'm going to get anything out of the way there, you know, like the shading and stuff up here. And I'm going to say, okay, there we go. Ta-da! Okay, so now what I want to do is select the word set. I'm going to turn the background off. And what I want to do is isolate or get rid of everything except for one wing here. So at first, I'm just going to come in here and grab my big eraser and just get rid of it of as much as possible. Just going to get all messy with it. And then be very careful around the petal, or I'm sorry, the wing, because it will be a petal. And make sure you get everything. You may have to zoom in and make sure you get all those little lines because they will stitch out. All right, so I'm getting closer to the wing. So what I'm going to do is zoom in. And I'm going to come up and start erasing everything that I don't want. Now, when you're erasing, it's better if you start up and come down or down and come up. And what I mean is you don't want to start here and start erasing, especially if you're going to be doing something off the side here. Let me make this a little bit smaller. Oops, a little bit. Wrong one. Smaller and zoom in a little bit more. Because what can happen is if I start right here erasing, you see what happened? I just erased some of the line that I do want. So if I come up here and just kind of angle it down and do it in short little spurts too, because if you make a mistake, that means you won't have to go back and erase a whole bunch of stuff. There we go. And I think if I remember correctly, I'm going to come up here. And there's one little pixel. I don't know if you guys can see it. Then I'm going to go boop. Okay, I'm going to let go and then come back. So I'm holding my breath. Oop, all right. So, oops, looks like I got a little bit more off to the side here, right here. I'm gonna come up here and go. And you could go in there and clean up any lines that you want. Oh, I made a hole. I saw it. So I just need to be careful what I'm doing. Oop. And remember, these are drawings, so they're not going to be completely smooth. However, when you get in there and stitch it out, you're not going to be able to tell. So let me make sure I get back online with you guys here. See, okay. All right. Are you able to? Oh. Okay, there we go. All right. So now I have one wing of the butterfly, and I'm going to turn it into a flower. So what I want to do first, I'm going to come in here to my line properties and go ahead and just grab a running stitch line. Because remember, right now, what it is a satin stitch. And so I'm just going to turn everything into, and if it's all connected, if any of it's connected, it'll all turn at once. We can go back and change things later, but let's keep it all together. All right, so now what I'm going to do is grab my selection tool, which is this little box, the little zigzag or dotted line box. And I'm going to change the size a little bit. I'm just going to bring it down. I don't know. I'm just going to do whatever I feel like. Let's just say to there. And that's almost about 3 inches. Okay. The next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to save it. I'm going to save it to my machine. There we go. Just in case. All right. So now with that selected, I'm going to come down here and use the duplicate. So I'm going to click on that and it'll give me a second little guy. And now what I can do with him highlighted, I can start playing with my rotate. And bringing him kind of up here and playing with the rotate. And I'm just going to do it one by one. And I'm not going to worry. Well, I'm going to kind of, maybe I should zoom in a little bit so I can see how much they are actually overlapping. There we go. All right, there we go. So that way I can really get in there. Ah, that's beautiful. Okay, so I've got that one done now. Now what I want to do is select, make sure that I exit out of that, and I'm going to select the duplicate key again. And I'm just going to start doing that till I can get as many as I want. I may be able to get 4. I'm not sure if I can get 4 or 5, but we're going to try. And then we're going to put a center in it when we're done. So look how pretty that's already looking right here. Ugh. Ugh. Oh, so much fun. All right, I'm going to turn it around. And then I'm going to nudge it up. And I really do like to use my move keys. It does help me get things exactly where I want them. Now you can see this is going to be open, but we're going to do something here in a little bit to make it not open. And they're just barely touching. So it looks, I guess I can get one more in there. I may have to do some more tweaking. So I'm going to do my duplicate again. I'm going to select rotate, move it up, move it over. And I guess it just depends on what design you use, how they're going to look. So let's move it. Oops. Okay. Move it down. There we go. And what I could do is I could come in here and draw a couple little leaves or something because I'm going to have a little bit of an opening. That's okay. We're just playing right now, right? Okay. So, all right. Ah, that looks so cool. Let me zoom out. How pretty is that? So now what I want to do is kind of put the little circular guy in there. You know, you gardeners know what I'm talking about. So I'm going to come here and grab a circle. And I'm sorry, I'm going fast. I'm going to come to my shapes key, which is the circle and square. And I'm going to select the little circle and say, okay. And we're going to notice that circle is huge. So we want to go to size and we want to resize it down to our desired. And I think I'm just going to put a little leaf in that weird area. And bring it down a little bit more. All right. So it won't let me bring it. And so right in the center there, I'll put that little circle and say, okay. I'm going to zoom in and I'm going to erase what's in the middle of that circle. So ooh, there's a lot going on, huh? Woo. So let's go into our eraser and let's grab the little circle. And let's see. And I'm just going to be very careful here. Very, very careful. I broke a line. Let's start. So let me get the meat out. There we go. I'm going to let go and then come back. Get whatever I can. Let go. Start over. Let go. Start over. And the reason why I'm letting go is so that way if I mess up, I don't have to go back and erase a whole bunch of stuff. There we go. Woo! Good enough. So let me go and find a cute little leaf to put in there. I wonder if I can find one in our shapes. So I'm going to go to our shape key and there's a little leaf right there. Let's look at these. Ooh. Right. Let me click on this guy and zoom and bring it down. And I'm going to click off because what I'm going to do is erase 2 of these. See, I mean, you really, guys, you could really just get in there and have some fun. You can just start playing with things. I'm going to use my selection tree. I'm saying that selection key to grab this and change the size. First, I'm going to make it a lot smaller. I mean, this may look tacky. Who knows? This may not. Maybe just like a little drop of this is a sad little flower. But let's see, let's stretch them out. There's some stretch there. Yeah, sad little flower. But okay, my leaf idea is not working. So we're going to delete that. Delete. Actually, you can just cut it with your scissors. Now let's draw the stem, and we're actually going to draw this stem. So I'm going to actually make sure that this guy, my selection tool is on. I'm going to grab a box around him and kind of get him one more. There we go. Okay, so we're going to come up here to our draw or our line properties. And you can use any of these right up here. I'm just going to use our traditional drawing one. And I'm going to grab a green. And I'm going to use, yes, candle wicking. Because who doesn't love candle? And I'm just going to start wherever I want to stem. You can start from here. I tend to start here. But what I want you to be mindful of is don't cross the lines. You want to kind of have it sitting in between lines or just not touching the other lines. Because then it just gets all complicated. So I'm going to start kind of inwards and see how good I can draw this. Terribly, but good enough. And I'm also going to come out here and draw a little leaf. I am not an artist. There we go. Okay, there we go. So now I take this over. So let's go ahead and take this over to our edit screen. So let's select next. And then we're going to select preview and okay. And let's see what it looks like. Does it look like a hot mess? Not too bad. Not too bad. I mean, it looks like a sad wilty, like a really sad flower. But the cool thing is what we did is, and again, this was not my idea. This was Stephanie Spreckman's, is what you do is you're going to take a butterfly wing, hello, and turn it into a flower. And and of course, I could go back here and go to that candle wick. And looks like I missed some of them, and that's okay. I'm going to go to that candle wick, and I'm going to make that a little bit smaller, as small as it'll let me. Hit set and preview, and let's see what that looks like, because it was kind of chunky. There we go. Oh, so pretty. So then I can stitch that out. Oh, we had some fun today. Okay. So think about when you are using clip art designs and combining them. If you ever watch this video again, go ahead and fast forward like 40 minutes. However, welcome to my world, guys. I'm gonna switch it back over to me. However, there is a lot you can do with just clip art, right? There's so much you can do with it. Am I great at it? Heck no. Am I good at it? I'm okay. So, just play with it until you're happy. And let me see if I have some clip art stuff that I can show you. Especially if you're kind of newer to this, it can be really fun. And I should have had some of these ready, but I didn't. I'm not going to tell y'all how late I slept today. Okay, here's some clip art. This is good. This was not designed by me. This was designed by Denise Schober. And if you go back and look through her stuff, you'll be able to watch the video for this. Okay, so we, did I get it right? There we go. Okay, so the clip art in here, everything was designed in IQ Designer except for the hands that way. So these hands are clip art. That one's a little pale, kind of like me, but these two were clip art. So we used a lot of different functions in this one, and this one is a great skill builder. So I'm not sure if it is on the Baby Lock quilting community group or long arm quilting community group, but Denise Schober did this one. So that one's a great one, and that was clip art. I kind of got things organized, believe it or not, guys, and I'm just going to see if I have anything, but I know I have a pretty one that is a coloring book page, and I just got to find it real quick. I keep everything right here, so when I'm looking for samples, they're right here, and I can pull them out. Oh, I don't know if y'all remember last year. I think I'm not going to say that because I don't remember. Oh, here it is right here. So this was a coloring book page. And it was brought in as clip art because I went and typed in clip art coloring book pages, probably inspirational or something. And that was all a coloring book page. So you could really make like a nice inspirational quilt out of this, or really whatever you want. Pretty, huh? And let me see if there's anything else in here. I'm sure there is. Oh, we know y'all have seen this one, of course, a long time ago. Looks just like Lacy Blue. She's so cute. And there were my bees somewhere in here. But you can really have a lot of fun with clip art. And think about, because you can find anything. Let's say you can't find a certain embroidery design and you just want it to be more simple than anything else. Type it into clip art. Very cool, huh? I lost half my followers right with this one. Okay, swipe left. Okay. All righty. Well, that's what I've got for you today. Next week, I want to show you guys how to get the look of ruler work quilting with using IQ Designer. And what I mean, I don't know if you're part of the So Steady group. They're amazing educators on there that teach how to use rulers for ruler work. I am a terrible quilter. I will say it right off. That's why I love using my embroidery machine to be the quilter for me. But with IQ Designer, it's really cool because you can go in and again, I don't know if you've seen like the really gorgeous ruler work, like where they just do blocks. And I was inspired by that. And so I want to show you guys how to do these type of designs in IQ Designer. So we're going to talk about that next week. And so hopefully you'll join me. Yeah. Oh, yeah. With that. Yeah. Can I use coloring book? Yeah, Ernestine, you can. So if you go to the store and you find a coloring book that you like, you can scan it in. Now, remember, you can use the fills to fill things in. I'm just more of an outline girl. I kind of like how that looks. But yeah, you can take a picture of it and then shoot it over via the app. And yeah, absolutely. So you can really find some cool ones out there. Really beautiful ones too. Nowadays, everybody uses a coloring book, right? Because it's a great stress releaser. Mhm. Awesome. Okay, for those of you who hung on through the drama earlier, thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate you very, very much. And I hope you guys have a great coming up week. Thank you so much for joining me as always. And let's see. Thanks, Marianne. Thank you guys. Yeah. Yeah. Don't follow what I do. Just kind of learn off of it and be like, oh, well, this might be better, Anna. Okay. Thank you guys so much. I hope you guys have a great week. And of course, I'll see you next week. I've been asked when is fans or foot fetish going to start back up. I'm sorry. I just don't know yet. Just there's so much lately. We're just trying to move. So move through life. Not we're not moving. Move through life. So I hope to see you guys again next week. Have a good one. And remember to always shop local and shop small and have a good one. Bye everyone. Thank you.